Hey guys, Dylan with the Random Automotive, and this is a viewer requested video. Goon Squad Skateboarding wants to know, what should you inspect on your vehicles? So I figured I'd give you two vehicles for this. Behind me, I got my 1971 Ford Torino 500 and a rental Altima. Now I was going to use my 2005 Mustang, but long story short, my transmission is being rebuilt for the fourth time. So we got these two cars, and this one might actually be better because this is something you guys probably have or something similar to it with modern technology, and it can help you out diagnosing these problems. So let's get to it. One of the most important things that people overlook would be their tires. Your tires are your life. There are four major important things to look for, and that would be tread depth, uneven wear, dry rot, and pressure.
Tire tread is the pattern on the outside of your tire. It is designed to give you traction, grip on the road, and push away water when the roads are wet. Bald tires, or tires without or low tread, will have little to no traction. It's especially noticeable when driving in the rain. If you're in the US, take a penny and put Lincoln's head in the tread. If you can see his whole head, you need new tires. A tire gauge is your best option though. Tread goes down over time, and it should do it evenly. If the outsides of your tires have less tread or vice versa, you may have an alignment issue that needs to be addressed. It could also be over or underfilling your tires. Low pressure tires also kill your gas mileage. On the driver's side door jamb, there should be a label that says what the pressure in PSI of your tires should be. Check them with a gauge, and if it's under, go to your local gas station that has air and fill them up. Dry rot is extremely dangerous. When rubber gets old, it gets hard and cracks. Tires need to flex and bend. If the rubber gets old and starts to crack, it could violently explode. If you see dry rotted tires, replace them immediately.
Now while we're here, we should talk about brakes. There are a few important things to check for on your brakes. Your brake pads, your pedal strength, rotor wear, and squeaks. Now in a modern car like this with steel wheels, it's going to be a little bit harder to see your brake pads, or if you have a car like that, you have brake drums, and that's a different story. We're not going to get into that. But you want to make sure you have some brake pad left. Now a good way to check for that is if your brakes start squeaking. When your brakes start squeaking, that means you're getting close to the end of the life of your brake pads. Or if your vehicle starts vibrating massively, then you might also have an issue with metal on metal for your brake pads. Now I also want to check for uneven rotor wear. Your rotor should have a nice smooth finish on the outside. It could be rusty if it's been sitting overnight, but a nice smooth finish. If you see grooves that are thicker in the middle or the outside, you might have a problem. And also check your pedal. Do you have to put your pedal all the way down to the floor to get your car to stop? That might also be a sign that you need to get this checked out. Now, brake fluid is also important, but we'll get to that when we talk about the fluid section, which will be now. I have discovered that this engine bay is disgusting, but basically you can see a few fluid reservoirs, and I cover what all of them are in my Car Basics video, What's Under the Hood. Go check that video out, link in the description, or I up here. But basically all the reservoirs have a minimum and a maximum level, and you want to make sure your fluid is between that. If it's not, you might have a leak. Segue into leaks. Okay, so leaks are bad. This car has a ton of them, and the sun is very bright right now. But what should you look for? Well, there are a few spots you could check under your hood, and there are a few spots you could check underneath your car.
Leaks are not fun, but are part of owning a car. Leaks can be very cheap or very expensive to fix. Look under your hood and around your engine. Do you see or smell anything strange? Look under your car. Do you see anything besides water from your air conditioning? If you think you might have a leak, place a piece of cardboard underneath your car overnight. If it's wet in the morning, you have a leak. Here are some common fluids with their usual colors and smells. Oil is a light brown with a light scent. Coolant is a bright or yellow-green liquid with a sweet smell. It usually dries white on your engine. Transmission fluid or power steering fluid are both pink, and they don't have much of a scent. Gear oil is darker with a strong and pungent scent. Brake fluid is usually a light yellow with a light scent. Power steering fluid on its own can also be pink like the transmission, or light with a yellow tint.
Alright, so something important I don't think anyone even cares about anymore are your lights. This is one of the most important things to other drivers on the road. Make sure your lights are working, please. That means your brake lights, your hazard lights, your third brake light, your blinkers, your headlights, your high beams, your low beams, your marker lights, they're all important. They all serve a function. They all need to work. Please check your lights. Now, here's how you do it. Headlights, easy, turn them on. High beams, easy, turn them on. Go look. Your marker lights, easy, turn them on, go look. You can generally check that with either turning on your parking lights or just turning on your headlights. Generally, they will come on too. Tail lights, turn your headlights on, your tail lights will come on. Brake lights, a little bit harder. Either have a friend sit and hit the brake pedal or put something on the brake pedal and go look at them. Blinkers, turn on your hazard lights. It's the same thing. Go check all of them, make sure they work. You might have a dual filament light in either your brake lights or your headlights, where it's your high beam and your low beam. If one of them isn't working, you have to replace it. Same with your taillights. You might have a dual filament taillight like my Mustang does, where it's your blinker and your brake light and your taillights all at once. And if one isn't working, you have to replace it. Guys, replacing lights are easy. Generally, you just gotta pop the hood or the trunk. The trunk, you might have to take a panel out on the inside, but it's just a couple screws and it's easy to do. Guys, it needs to be done. I'm serious. Check your lights. It is an extreme hazard to those on the road if your headlights, taillights, blinkers, or anything are not working. And it's highly illegal, and I hope you get a ticket. Sorry. All right, guys, so for this last part, I'm in the Altima and the engine is running. Listen to that roar. Actually, I'm in here because it's early in the morning and I'm sweating my ass off already. And this car gets way better gas mileage than anything I've driven before, so I have the AC on. But coincidentally, this last part is drivability, which you need to be in your car for anyway. So a couple of things to test. You can only really test while you're driving. And what you should look for are vibrations, rattles, squeaks, shakes, anything out of the ordinary that shouldn't be right, such as misfiring. Misfiring, your engine should run, for example. I know, that's weird. But if it's misfiring, it might be, it could be worse, it could be less. That's a misfire. That means something's wrong. Go check that out. Vibrations, such as if you're over 65 miles an hour and you feel a vibration, or when you hit the brakes and there's a vibration, or if you're steering and there's a vibration. Vibrations are not good. Another thing to check for would be your alignment. Is your steering wheel straight and is your car going straight? Or to get your vehicle to go straight, you have to turn your wheel to the left or to the right. Another thing to check for would be the uneven wear on your tires. That's another sign that your alignment is bad, but that you check from the outside. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video about what to inspect in your vehicle. I recommend checking all this stuff at least every quarter of the year, maybe more. Some things you might have to have a mechanic check out, but it is worth knowing what's going on with your vehicle, whether it's good or bad, because that would determine what you have to do with your vehicle later. Guys, if you take care of your vehicle, it will take care of you. Oil changes are huge, so you definitely want to make sure you keep up with those, but just check everything, especially guys, tires. I know they're expensive, but that is your life. If your tires have no traction, you're dead. Simple as that. The taillights, headlights, they add up after a while, but they're pretty cheap parts and they're easy to do yourself. Please do it. It's helpful to other drivers, and it's illegal if it's not working properly. But there you have it, guys. Let me know what you want to see next, and I really don't have time to make videos anymore. And as long as it's logistically possible, and I do have the time, I'll see what I can do to make it happen. But either way, thank you very much for watching, guys. Check me out on Facebook and Twitter as well for some exclusive content about what's going to be happening next. Also, for a full write-up of this, head on over to therandomautomotive.com. Link in the description. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on the next video, because you're going to subscribe, right? You're going to subscribe.